All I ever hear is watch your back. These dudes ain't loyal, slap you five, and talk behind your back. Gotta keep it on you all the time, talking about that strap. And honestly, I don't waste time when I flip that pack, cause you don't get that back. I said, what they haters say, don't pay the way. Do it on day to day. Haters gon' hate the hate. A lot of enemies that came to play, telling me that I ain't the same. Them felonies, I take the blame of memories that fade away. Don't realize that I ain't gon' sleep till I'm deep, but I'm deep in these motherfucking streets. With the heat, I bring peace to these motherfucking streets. I'm a G, got the G's on the motherfucking leash, and these bitches on the sideline like who the fuck.
All right, y'all, we're gonna thank y'all for joining us on Real Tough Talk. I'm Stephen J. This is my partner Ghost, and we're bringing you a special episode as we honor one of the fallen soldiers, our former brother, former big-time player, Rokkstarr.
It's an emotional day for a lot of guys on the field, to play, especially knowing that the team that's actually honoring his name, the Rokkstarrs, have a big game today as well. So, on this day as well. So, it's a lot of emotions, run on the field. A lot of guys want to pay tribute, and we hope that we honor him by, adding our tribute to that with the show.
Yeah, that's why we let off with, a few pictures, his song. And I got to know him when I first came into BQFL, and this is a really good guy, man. He looked out for me because I was new. When you're a new face, man, a lot of guys ain't feeling you, and they try to intimidate you. And not saying that I was this big tough guy, but I wasn't intimidated by the atmosphere. But I was new. So, like I said, the game didn't intimidate me, but I was a little nervous because it was my first time really reffing on this type of stage. And Rokkstarr was a good dude, man, and, he said, yo, Jay, man, don't worry about it. You're going to be good, but just let us play. So I remember him always saying that, him and Shaq, they were the masters of calling people ugly. As, Rokkstarr go to somebody and say, yo, you mad ugly. And Shaq will do the same thing. And then all y'all know Shaq, his best friend, that's his brother, and if you watch Power, those two are just like a Ghost and Tommy. They just have an amazing relationship. And it was just a great thing seeing those guys together. So, we just want to talk about, the impact Rokkstarr had on this game, how amazing it was.
Now, just one thing I got to mention, not the current Ghost and Tommy, because if you're watching the show, spoilers, they're not necessarily that same dynamic.
Right.
Listen, I'm not even getting to that. Just watch Power. It's very good right now.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say that, that type of camaraderie, that type of friendship on the field and off the field is contagious, and the fact that you have somebody that is able to, big you up and actually, treat you like, you're one of them. And basically what you explained is that Rokkstarr was that person that treated you like one of the guys, I would say. And that's a very welcoming thing to experience from someone, and that's something you're always going to remember from a guy like Rokkstarr.
And we're going to have a few tribute pictures, some videos, some statements, from a few players, and, it's going to be a great day. All of it is to honor Rokkstarr. Shout to his guys, Shaq, Sunray, Chiba, the coach Todd. These are some really good guys, and they came out and they're gonna ball out on behalf of their fallen brother. These guys has showed us love. They showed the BQFL love, and we want to give them all that love back.
Yes.
So definitely, we wanted to open up the show with that. But we're gonna get into the first game, which is very interesting. Shout out to the commissioner of the league. He put together like an interleague play. Mm-hmm. You're going to have a lot of B teams facing a lot of C teams just to see if the C teams can hang with the B teams. And the first game we're going to talk about is Blackout versus Raiders. Blackout coming in 5-0 in the B, head in the B division. And Raiders coming in 5-0, head of the C division. These two teams meet in this big game today.
And right away, most people would say that the Raiders are at a disadvantage in this game. Yes, they're a C team, but I don't think that that's the main reason why they are at a disadvantage. They are kind of outsized by this Blackout team. They have a lot of bigger guys, a lot of stronger guys that can pretty much manhandle a lot of the guys on there. Not to say that the Raiders going to shy away from that challenge, but it's all up to how they start off in the game. And I think that one of the key things in most games in touch football is how the quarterback comes out. And this is a real test for Chris, their quarterback, because he's been doing well in the C division, but this is a chance for you to show exactly how good you really are. If you're able to compete with a team like Blackout, who is the top of the B division, that shows a lot with where your team is and how far your team can go. And it legitimizes your team, showing why you belong in that top spot in the C.
And we're going to jump right into the game. Second down, Alex on 5 rush, throws a Vadim on the sideline for a decent gain, picking up the first down. After a few plays, second down again, Alex with blocker from Lou runs in the gap for a decent gain, getting him to the 3-yard line. Alex showing the ability to run the ball. With Lou blocking, Alex is very dangerous. Big run by Alex. 3rd and goal, Alex throws the AB in the front of the end zone. That's going to be dropped. 4th and goal, Alex throws the Meek on the sideline. That's going to be incomplete, turnover on downs. AB was open, Alex didn't see him. And I think that all stemmed from AB dropping that touchdown. When it came to 4th down, I don't think Alex was even looking for him. I think Alex kind of lost a little confidence in him, went somewhere else because AB's wide open. Alex does not go for him. That's a turnover.
Once a quarterback is focused on one target, he's already in the motion to make that throw. It was pretty much too late by the time AB got open. If he would have waited for a second longer, I think he would have thrown the ball to AB anyway. But the fact that he saw him too late before he made the throw is why he wasn't able to complete this drive for the touchdown.
Raiders get the ball. Chris on 5 rush rolls right and throws to LeBoy in the sideline for a decent game. Second down, Chris on 5 rush throws assignment in the middle, picked off by AB, giving it back to the Blackout. If you look here, AB baits Chris and Chris falls into the trap and it gets picked off.
Look at AB, his posture on the field, the way he's following Simon in the middle, you can tell that he's reading that play. Chris does not pick up on it, and because of that, that is interception.
The scary part is Blackout has been known to be weak where? In the middle. And now with AB and Mike on the same page, strengthening that defense now, they look like they're together on this. This is trouble for the league. Second down, Alex runs on 5 rush, pitches it to Lou in the middle, who runs for a decent gain. 4th and goal, Alex finds me cutting in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. 6-0. If you look here, Jerome calls him out, but nobody reacts. Alex finds him. Alex likes going to Meek all season long. You see Meek come in. He's been killing multiple weeks. He starts this one over with a touchdown.
The thing about it is he has size and he has hands. So when you combine those two things together, you are a crucial target on offense. And the thing about it is, when you look as he passes in the back of the end zone, nobody reacts. So Joel calls him out, but I don't think that the defense is communicating properly enough. Because of that, Meek is left open in the back of the end zone.
Second down, Chris throws to Austin in the gap, who runs for a decent gain. 3rd down, Chris throws to Mike in the gap, drop, picked off by AB. AB's second pick of the day, and it looks like these guys are playing hot potato because he does not want the ball. The ball is thrown right. See these? These are called hands. God gave it to you for a reason, to use them, not just to wave. But he must not have got that memo because he dropped that ball, but AB had no problem using his, getting it right back for Blackout.
And this deep plays like this, I can't necessarily kill Chris because, he wasn't able to get into the end zone, but drops like this would kill a quarterback's momentum.
Yes, sir.
He's playing against a team like Blackout, who is, a very formidable opponent. And because you're not 100% confident in your team holding the ball, that's going to affect your play later on. Mike got to hold on to that pass.
Second down, after a short run, Alex throws to Meek on the sideline, pass Kamal in the end zone for the touchdown. 12-0. If you look here, Kamal can't react in time, and Alex finds Meek again. I'm not going to throw it out there like this, but I have to. Alex plays like Patrick Mahomes. He can throw the ball at any position of the field. He got speed to scramble, run around, but his throwing ability is amazing. I'm not saying he is Patrick Mahomes, But in touch football, at the quarterback position, he reminds me because of the throws that he can make. That is a great touchdown pass here.
But the fact that Meek runs right past him, Alex puts it right there where Meek can get it. By the time Kamal reacts, it's too late, and Meek is open in the end zone for the touchdown.
Second down, Chris on 5 rush throws the spot in the gap, high, incomplete. Fourth down, Chris rolls right on 5 rush, throws the spot in the sideline. Spug makes the catch, but can't stay in bounds. Turnover on downs. They cannot even get a first down. This does not look good. This has a lot to do with focus. They don't look focused, can't get the first down. Turnover.
And a lot of these passes are thrown on 5 rush because Chris is worried about the pressure. So he's not throwing accurately, he's not seeing certain receivers, and then passes like this are hard to catch. And if you look at the way Spud gets his ball, he goes and he gets that ball. He does catch it, but the fact that he could not stay in bounds showed that that pass was not thrown accurately, and that is yet another turnover for this Raiders team.
Second down, we're blocking from Lou. Alex throws the meat in the middle for a decent game. 4th and goal. Alex finds Vadim in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Mike is left guarding 2. Can't do nothing. Alex finds Vadim. Alex's 3rd touchdown of the day.
All of this is communication on defense that they're lacking right now, because if you see Mike, he has to pick which receiver to go to, and Alex has an arm that's quick enough to get it through anybody in that scenario. So Mike has no choice but to pick one receiver, because he picked one, the other one is open. That is another easy score.
And they're going to go for 2. And you know we don't usually sell the extra point unless something big happens. Alex is going to scramble, throw it up to Meek in the back of the end zone. Meek is going to catch the tip to himself on the rebound and find the end zone for the 2-point conversion, falling to the ground, 20-0. Blackout.
And right now, this team looks like they can do no wrong. They're scoring at will. They're stopping this Raiders defense. So now they have full confidence to joke around and make plays like this. Now, great play by Meek, able to focus, tip the ball, and still hold on to the ball as he falls to the ground. But this was not a play that they were shocked by, like, okay, they were hyped. But this is yet another play for this Blackout team. This Raiders team does not look like they're shaking up this Blackout team at all, and it seems like for them it's business as usual.
First down, Chris on 5 rush, throws it deep to Spud on the sideline. Passes short, picked off by Alex, taking it into the half, 20-0. Mike is open short, but Chris just wanted to take the shot downfield, 20-0 going into half.
From the very beginning, you can see that Chris has been struggling from the first drive they had all the way to the half. He can't find his receivers. He is not connecting. He's worried about the rush. It seems like everything was brand new to him in this game right now. And no matter what's going on, it seems like he cannot get past. I don't know if it's nervousness, jitters. I don't know what it is. But Chris is not looking like a quarterback that helped his team get a 5-0 record. He's not playing like that right now. He is not completing passes. He can't find his way through the pressure, and he can't find the end zone. So he got to let go of this nervousness. He got to look at this. This is another game. Okay, this is Blackout, but fine. You got to do your job first and worry about the team afterwards. If you can't do what you normally do, then it doesn't matter what team you're facing. It's all on them. And because Chris is struggling, their offense is looking like they're falling apart. They haven't even scored in the first half yet. And if they don't recover, it's going to be more of the same.
If I'm Blackout, we're going to keep whipping this team. We are the best offense in the league, not just in the B, not just overall in the C division. We're the best offense in the league. And now we have a defense step up to match what our offense could do. We have 3 interceptions. Now, yes, this is a C team, but they're the best C team in that division. And we're putting a whipping on them. We're going to keep whipping them. And let these boys know that they're playing out of their league, and we're here to smack them around. We're going to jump into the second half. First down, Chris throws the mic open in the gap for a nice game, picking up the first down. Second down, Chris throws the mic again in the middle. That's going to be dropped. Third down, Chris on 5 rushes, sacked by Q. Big sack there. Fourth down, Chris with blocker from Joel. Throws the mic in the front of the end zone. Knocked away by Jigga. Turnover on downs. They're stopped once again. Turnover.
They got to find a way to shake this guy out of his jitters, because it doesn't look like he is going to get it done on his own. So somebody has to step up and make his job easier. It doesn't seem like they're able to do that right now, and because of that, there's yet another turnover in this game.
After getting the first down, Alex with blocker from Lou throws the AB on the sideline, drop, then almost picked off. Second down, Alex on 5 rush, runs in the gap. Joel misses the tag, Alex runs for a nice gain. This is a big miss. They were upset, they thought it was a tag. What do you think of the play?
This was a missed tag by Joel. He got close, but I don't think he was able to get him, and that's why no ref called it. Alex is able to get some extra yardage on that play, and he's able to keep the chains moving.
4th and goal, Alex rolls right, fires poppers in the front of the end zone for the touchdown, ending the game 26-0 Black.
All the way from the first half, you knew that this was going to be the outcome. Basically, the way Chris played, and the thing about it, I'm not going to put it all on Chris because there were certain plays that were dropped. That drop pass that led to an interception was another thing that hurt him. So if you're not making the plays happen, you're not helping the quarterback's confidence. He's already having a hard day dealing with the best team in a B division. So he has a lot to prove right now, and he's not fully confident. You got to play for him. You got to make plays for him. Get his confidence back up. Short dump offs here and there. Get him into a better rhythm. I don't think that this team was able to do that, let alone the fact that they were struggling to hold him on defense. Nothing went right for this team. So I heard that, it was because Chris couldn't score, he was nervous. But that has no excuse on why the defense gave up so many points in the first half. Pretty much the way that the first half ended, it was already over. They gave away 3 touchdowns in that first half, I believe. Am I right? Mm-hmm. 3 touchdowns that they gave away in the first half. So you can't put this all on the offense. Yes, the offense struggled, but the defense wasn't able to hold anything. So this whole team needs to reassess themselves. Again, this was the best of the B division. So this was a learning experience for them. Can't kill yourself over this loss, but a lot of mistakes can be corrected. And if you're able to correct it and bring it to the games that you play in the C, I think that this team will be just fine.
I'm going to get on both teams real quick. Did you see any real energy? Did you see these guys seem like they were hyped and they wanted an opportunity to protect their brand against this Blackout team? No. Now, major issue 1, their coach wasn't here. Bills wasn't here. He's a big part of this team. He wasn't here. That's huge. But their offense threw, their quarterback, Chris, threw 3 interceptions. One wasn't his fault, but he threw 3 interceptions. And I want to show you several plays. Look at his reaction when the pressure comes. Look at this play. And look at the outcome. Look at this play. And look at the outcome. And look at this play. And look at the outcome. When the pressure's coming, he's like a deer in headlights. So all you got to do is hold at least to 4, and he's a deer in headlights. That's a very big blow to the offense. But defensively, which is what nobody really talked about. Now, I'm not going to lie. I look at this defense, and they give up 16.3 points a game. They're 4th in the division. Not too bad, right? But the last game they just played, they gave up 27 points to the Chiefs. The Chiefs are 2-14. They couldn't stop them the game before this one. And earlier this season, to the heavy hitters, they gave up 12 points. Heavy hitters average 7.5 points a game, and heavy hitters have been shut out 3 times this season. Out of their 6 games that heavy hitters played, they got shut out 3. But Raiders gave up 12 points. Raiders give up points. It's kind of hidden because they only gave up 7 to Suicide Squad, 7 to Gravediggers, so it gets kind of hidden. But when you look at the games, this is not a great defense. And they got exposed today. Alex was able to do whatever he wanted. Don't give me the BS. They're a B team. They're still men. They still put their pants on one leg at a time. They can bleed. What Arnold Schwarzenegger said? If it bleeds, we can kill it. Remember that?
not a good adaptation or rendition.
This defense can be exposed. So I got to put that on their coach, Bills, and I got to put that on the defensive captain, Joel. He has to get these guys together. Your last 2 games, you gave up 53 points in 2 games. It's not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. Like I said, you gave up 53 points in 2 games. Yes, the game before you gave up 7 to Gravediggers. But that's not an accomplishment because the Gravediggers average, the Gravediggers, that's not because the Gravediggers are 1-4. Mm-hmm. So, and they've been going through struggles at the quarterback helm. Bottom line, this Raiders need to step up because they're in a tough division. You have 4 teams that's tied at 4-2. So it's not an easy walk in the park. They got to get this together. And Blackout's the best team in the league. They're playing on house money. They look at Golden State, the Warriors of BQFL. They're their own worst enemy. You have to find a way to step up because right now, Blackout has the best offense in the league, in the B, and the best defense right now. People are in trouble. It's hard to find a weakness in this team. We thought it was the middle. AB gets 2 interceptions, and if AB wasn't there, Mike would have got that pick. So they're getting stronger in the middle of the field. You have to capitalize on Alex's mistakes, I think, and you have to attack this defense downfield. I think that's their weakness. I don't think Alex is a very good safety. I seen AB beat him a few years ago when Alex played with YGs.
Yeah, I remember.
And AB played with Super Friends.
Yeah.
Alex got beat. You can beat him downfield. You just don't get many opportunities. Got to capitalize. We're going to wrap this game up with Blackout coming up with the win. 26-0. We'll be right back.
RP Rokkstarr, man. The most memorable thing about you, my brother, is that f***ing contagious smile, bro. No matter what, hardships, happiness, there's always a smile on your face. You cheered yourself up. You cheered everybody up on the field, man. Sleep in peace, my brother.
Next game up is Shockers in Primetime. Now, Shockers coming off of a win. They beat the Rokkstarrs last week, 27-13, to move their record to 4-1. And Primetime is coming in with a win over Gravediggers, 33-21. Primetime's coming in 4-1. So these are big game versus 2 big teams. Do you think Primetime can keep up with the number 2 seed B Division Shockers?
I think that they have the potential to do so. When Creep is actually, making smart plays, he can put up points. We've seen him do it. But sometimes, depending on the scenario, sometimes he's trying to do too much. I think that he is his own worst enemy when it comes to their offense. And that is going to be the difference maker for if they're able to keep up with the Shockers team or not. One of the things that we got to also mention is Primetime has the number 1 defense in their division. Would that be enough to slow down the Shockers offense? We only can wait and see, but I believe that their defense is good enough to potentially hold the Shockers. But do you believe that the Shockers are still going to prevail through that defense?
Shockers are the number 2 offense in the B division, and they score. If they were in the C division, they would be number 2 in scoring, behind only Brotherhood. So bottom line, this team can score. Blackout is a little better.
Yeah.
But this team can score. And their defense is defense is number 2 in the division. And if they were in the C division, Primetime will still have a better defense than them. They'll be second. So bottom line, Shockers are a good team. I think the key is they can't bring themselves down. And there's no disrespect to Primetime. But if Shockers don't play on the elite level, the teams behind them is not going to respect them. And they're going to get the confidence to say, you know what, we can beat you. And you're playing Primetime. Tiki's a mastermind. Don't think Tiki's not looking at you because he has a B team.
Yeah.
And it's his C's practically his B, just 2 different quarterbacks. So Tiki's doing his homework. And knowing Tiki, he's willing to sacrifice this game meaning the battle to win the war. So don't think he's going to put all his eggs in one basket to try to win this game when he could do homework and check this team out more to prepare for them in the playoffs.
So that's interesting. You think that he is willing to trade in a successful game here with his C team in order to favor improving his B team?
I don't think he's going to play to lose. I think he's going to play to win, but I think he's going to take risks that he wouldn't take if this is a playoff game. I think he's going to call plays and take chances that he wouldn't take in the playoff game because he needs to see Shaka's weaknesses in case they meet them in the playoffs.
It's interesting.
We're going to jump right into the game. They're going to go 4-0. Rams is going to throw the ball to Kazi on the sideline for a decent game. I hope I'm saying the name right. Please don't kill me if I don't. Third down. Ramsey throws a Welch in the gap, cuts inside, for the touchdown. Kazi's going to get the extra point. 8-zip. Shaka strike right away.
This is exactly what we've been talking about with the Shaka's team. They will strike right away, right off the gate, and that's exactly what happens. With a few passes, they're able to get within the end zone, and then Welsh is able to, with a short pass, running the gap for the first score. Primetime, they have the best defense in the division, but it's the Shockers they're playing against. They got to pay attention to that.
Second down, Creep throws deep to Pig on the sideline. Pass is short, incomplete. Belly's flag for pass interference. Primetime gets the first down at the 5-yard line. What do you think of the play?
This play was a clear pass interference. Unfortunately, runs through the receiver. That's a definite flag, and that is not one they needed right there.
And this is different. Pig is going for a bomb.
Yeah.
Not really known for that. So when I told you Tiki's going to take chances that he wouldn't take in the playoff game, that's it right there. Pig is more of a slot guy, can get open in the gaps. He's running deep fly routes. Something's up with that. Second and goal, Creep rolls right on 5 rush. Finds Pig in the corner end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Damo steps up, Creep rolls out and leaving Pig open, 8-6. And Damo takes risks, especially playing the middle that he plays. He took a risk here, Pig beats him, touchdown.
And two things. One is about the risk, and it's also about respecting the fact that Creep can run. And I think that was the main reason why he stepped up, because he sees Creep rolling to the right. It looks to him like he's going to run. So he steps up ever so slightly. That is enough for Creep to throw that pass to Pig. One thing you got to say, if you ever play this primetime team, is watch where Pig is lining up. This man has been killing for whatever primetime team he's been lining up on. And the reason for that is why you do not leave him open for any reason. They do that here, and that's why they're able to score.
Second down, Ramsey rolls right on 5 rush, throws a Ray on the sideline for a decent game, picking up the first down. If you look here, Strag steps up because Ramsey can move in the pocket. But Ramsey's going to roll, and it's going to cause Strag to leave his man open, and you're going to have Ramsey find him. After a Shaka's penalty, it's going to take us to 4th down. Ramsey's going to find Zuri in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. 14-6. If you look here, nobody tells Royer to back up. Zuri's wide open. Ramsey finds him. 14-6. Shockers.
And that's communication right there. Because they're not communicating, you see one receiver wide open. All you have to do is tell the defender to back up. They don't do that, and because of that, the receiver's left wide open in the back of the end zone. This is one of the best defenses in the B division, and they're not communicating against another team like Primetime that can put up points if you give them the opportunity. And this is something that a Shaka's got to understand, and Primetime is right back on the board.
The first down, Creep throws a disco in the guy. Belly gets the hands in it, knocked it away, incomplete. Third down, Creep on 5 rush, rolls right, but it's sacked by Zuri. Nobody is open short. They're all going downfield, not giving Creep anybody open. He's going to take the sack there. 4th down at the 45. Creep throws a march on the sideline, off target, incomplete. Turnover on downs. If you look here, this is what Creep does. He never lets the play develop. And at times, Creep kind of goes away from the game plan. He's trying to go high octane, and he makes mistakes. It's a high, big impact game, and he can't get the first down. That is a huge turnover there.
That key play where Creep got sacked, I think that's when they started to struggle on this drive, because you saw all the receivers not giving Creep a safety valve, anybody to go too short. Because of that, he had to make moves on his own, and he gets sacked. That's what kind of stagnated their drive, and that's one of the reasons why they weren't able to get any further.
Ramsey throws Zuri in the sideline, getting him to the 15-yard line. Second down, Ramsey throws Kazi in the corner of the end zone. That's going to be dropped. Third down, Ramsey throws a Zayd in the front of the end zone. That's going to be dropped. 4th down, Ramsey scrambles. Throws the Kazi in the corner of the end zone, caught, but it was called out of bounds before the catch. Turnover on downs, taking it into the half, 14-6. Tell me about the play.
This play right here, they were arguing that, hey, he was inbounds when he caught the ball. That's not the argument. If you look here, the ref throws the hat out.
Which
Why?
means?
Kazi during the play.
And we hope we're saying his name right.
Kazi, we'll get the correction. But the thing about it is, he steps out in the back of the end zone. Right then and there, the hat comes out. So you know he cannot be the first person to touch the ball. That's exactly what happens. So that touchdown is negated, and that leads to them turning over the play. Turning over and leading them into halftime without a touchdown.
If I'm Shockers, we're up 14-6. But if I'm Ramsey, I'm frustrated with these guys. I had a drop in the corner of the end zone. I had a drop in the front of the end zone. And then I had my receiver run out of bounds when I found him again. That's points we just left on the board. This is a team we're not trying to give any type of momentum to. We're in the upper score. That is horrible if I'm these guys. On the defensive side, we're playing pretty good defense. We've given up a touchdown, but we've made a stop. We cannot allow Creep to get momentum, and we can't stay in the same coverage and allow Tiki to figure out what we like to do. I'm surprised that Primetime didn't go more to the running game, but like I said, Tiki's not going to tip his hat in this game. So at the end of the day, we got to try not to show off what we do because we know Tiki's here taking notes. But we're going to jump into the second half. Second down, Creep. Those eat the pig, opening the sideline for a big game, picking up the first down. If you look here, Ty calls him out as he guards Warrior. Nobody picks him up and gets him open. And you got to say, that's similar to when Pig ran the deep fly in the beginning of the game for the pass interference. They are developing deep plays for Pig to go downfield, and Creep is going after him, finds me a great play by Creep. Second and goal, Creep finds Mach in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Belly stuck watching the quarterback as Macho cuts in the back, 14-12, and that's because Creep can run. So because Creep can run, you have to try to stay stationary to get to him, but you got to remember, he can also throw and finds Mach for the touchdown.
And like you said, he can run, so he has many options on what he can do. He can run into the end zone, or he can throw a pass. I would say that don't bite too much because he hasn't been running into the end zone much in this game. Have confidence in your lineman, in your giver that he can stop him. He did that before with a sack in the first half. But because you're taking risks by worrying about the quarterback running, you leave a receiver open, and that leads to a score.
48 on the return, the ball bounces on the ground. Belly with the block on Shrag before he can recover the ball. Shockers keep the ball. And this is a big kickoff that they needed to get back. We've seen them do that against East New York where they almost got the ball back, but they didn't. This one, they have to make this play to take away the possessions from one of the best offenses in the league, and they're not able to do that. Third down, after two short passes, Ramsey throws in the gap. That's going to be dropped. Fourth down, Ramsey with a deep pass to Welch, who has a step on Shrag, pass is dropped, turnover on downs. We've seen this offense drop 4 passes this game, and they're killing Ramsey with these drops.
This is not the game that you want to have multiple drops in this game, especially knowing that your offense isn't necessarily playing at their best. This is not the time and place for you to do stuff that you don't normally do. That's 2 drop passes that doesn't usually happen for the Shockers team. This can throw their whole offense out of whack and give momentum back to this Primetime team.
Second down, Creep throws the Pig in the gap. Pig stops running, almost picked off by Welch. Third down, Creep throws a pass to Moss, who has a step on Ty, caught, but out of bounds, incomplete. Fourth down, Creep downs the ball at the own 45, forcing the Shockers to go 4 and out. What do you think of this drive?
This was a terrible drive. One, miscommunication between Creep and Pig. Yes, I like that he's looking for Pig, but on plays like this, they got to be on the same page. They miscommunicated, because of that was almost intercepted. It didn't help the drive after that because they couldn't move the ball any further, and they end up getting stopped. This was an opportunity that was given to them by the Shockers getting stopped. They don't capitalize, and because of that, the Shockers offense is right back on the field.
Second down after a short pass, throws and meets in the gap, almost picked off by Moss, incomplete. Third down, Ramsey throws to Zayd on the sideline, who runs to the 5-yard line. 4th and goal. Ramsey throws it down, cutting in front of the end zone. Passes low, incomplete, turnover on downs. We're going to have 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the clock. Shockers cannot score. It's 14-12. Great stop by Primetime.
And this was just an inaccurate pass by Ramsey. 5 rush, he heard 5 rush, he wanted to get the ball off. The pass was low. That's all there is to it. Damu cutting in front of the end zone. He has some space, but unfortunately Ramsey cannot make an accurate throw, and a potential touchdown ends up becoming a turnover for the Shockers team.
2nd down, Creep on 5 rush runs for a decent game. 3rd down, Creep rolls right on 5 rush. Throws a wand in the middle, high. Damo's gonna get a hand and incomplete, but Damo's gonna come down on that shoulder, injuring the shoulder on the play, leaves the game, does not return. That is a huge injury. Looks like he dislocated his shoulder. That is huge.
One thing I could say about Damu not being in this game after this play right here, this hurts this Shockers defense. He is their muscle. Between him, Ozzy, and a few other guys, that is their muscle in the middle, and losing him, and mind you, on a play that he puts his body on the line and make a play for his defense. And the way that he plays in the defense is what got him out of this game. This is a big blow to the Shockers team, but that's a great play by him to help them try to stop that play, but that's something that they couldn't afford at this point in the game.
4th down, Creep throws the Moss open near the sideline for a nice game, picking up the 1st down. If you look here, the corner goes deep, guarding Pig, leaves Moss open. Now they're using Pig as a decoy. They have to respect him because he's been getting open downfield, and Moss comes away with the big play, picking up the 1st down.
But even though they've been using Pig as a decoy, the fact that the corner is still leaving the sideline and all Moss is doing is filling in that gap. Because nobody's there to guard it, that's an easy play right there, and they get it for the 1st down.
Creep throws a Moss again open on the sideline, getting him to the 20-yard line. 2nd down, Creep throws a Mach on the sideline. Mach can't get to it, incomplete. Everyone goes into the end zone. You can't get mad at Creep for that. That's a big mistake by this offense. 3rd down, Creep throws a show on the sideline, getting him to the 5-yard line. We're gonna have the last play of the game. 4th down, Creep is gonna scramble on 5 rush. We're blocking from Pratt. Let me show you the key. 1, the guys want, that looked like Zayd guarding Show. They wanted a hold. If you look at his left hand, I want to go out of hand, we see on camera. He's not holding him. He does have his hand on him. No ref is giving me that hold. It's 4th down. It's for the game. You have guys in the NFL talking about let the guys play, let them play. He's not holding him. And then Show is not making a move to make the ref call the hold. He's still running in the same route. Never makes a quick step of anything from the show a hold. Fine. You're gonna forget that. The rush is gonna come in. Pratt with great protection. You're gonna have Creep rolling out. Now if you look here, the right side is open, but nobody's there. Finally, if you look, you see Juan coming across. Creep can't make that throw. That's going against his body and is a defender in that vicinity. But if you look as he rolls more to the left, you're gonna see Mach pop up to the front. Then Mach runs a quick route to the right for a quick second. If you look left, who's open?
Moss.
Moss is wide open on Creep's rollout side, which is his left. But Creep never looks that way because Creep is looking for Pig. Why? Because he's looking for a jump ball. That's not what Pig does. Now, if Meek was here, you can do that. That's not what Pig does. He gets in trouble, and instead of believing in Moss on the left, he never looks to him, goes to the right, throws the ball up. It's going to be incomplete, ending the game, 14-12, Shockers.
There's so many frustrating things about this play and this whole drive altogether. Yes, you described the whole play about, them about him rolling and then Moss is open on the sideline or whatever. He doesn't look for him. If you look, he doesn't look at him at all. That whole play, he's focused on where Pig is lining up.
Yep.
And yes, we talked about finding Pig whenever you can, but on a play like this, this is not the play where you find Pig. You find Pig when he's open. You don't force plays to Pig.
Because that's not what he
That's
does.
not his game. So the fact that, one, he rolls to the left and he misses Moss in the corner of the end zone. Easy pass right there. That would have been the end to end the game. missed opportunity. If you look at these last two plays here, they get the ball on this sideline with, I believe that's Ty on the corner. He leaves the corner multiple times. They leave the corner open. They get some big yardage there by Moss on 2 plays, including that first down. They do not attack that corner again. He rolls away from that corner. Nobody is lined up on this area. If you look, one decides to go after Creeper's already rolling to the left. Too late. Missed opportunity. And then by the time you find Moss in the corner, it's too late and he doesn't even throw the ball to him. So there's many opportunities on this play that they messed up on, but they worried about the hold in the middle. They worried about the hold in the middle, which they didn't get the call. It's not like the pass was thrown to him and it prevented him to get the ball. Now, if that was the case, then we have a completely different conversation. But one thing about football, again, let's just hypothetical again. I'm going to play the devil's advocate here and say, let's say that there was a hold. Was that the end of the play?
No.
Was that the end all be all? Did they take a game from you because of a flag that you didn't get?
No.
So, again, let's just hypothetically say that you did deserve that call. I don't believe you do if you look at how the play unfolded, but there was multiple opportunities to still get the play, and they did not get it. Why? Because Creep did not make the best decision on this play, and that is why they weren't able to score. This is frustrating, the fact that they were able to drive downfield, exposing some of Shaka's defensive plays here, but they weren't able to seal a deal with this touchdown. This is very frustrating to me because this was supposed to be an upset win for this primetime team. I believe they were supposed to win this game.
Yeah, I agree.
This was their game to win.
I agree.
And they came up short.
It's a good loss win for one team and a bad win loss for another team. I know I confused the audience.
Yeah.
One, primetime, they fought a 4-2. But your defense, the best defense in the C division, held the second highest scoring B team to 14 points.
Yes.
7 points less than their average. That's a plus.
Yeah.
That's one.
With all said and done, yes.
Two.
Definitely.
You got to see their weaknesses on their defense. So that's a good loss.
And the fact that Mach is in the game, watching what's unfolding.
And Mach is throwing in the B.
Yes.
Versus the
so
team
he's able to learn
playoffs.
so much about this team. Yes.
And on the other side, Shockers win this game. But the problem with that is Blackout won. So Shockers stay in second place. And the other part is you lost one of your best defensive players. You lost Damo, who is the heart of your defense. A dislocated shoulder, I don't see him coming back this year. If you lose Damo, you lose your intimidation. Now, I know you talked about Ozzy. Ozzy can't move like Damo.
That's true.
Damo's a safety playing linebacker. You lose your muscle, you're in trouble. He's not scared of nobody. We've seen him go up against Mike from Blackout.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't go up against Mike. Damo did. This guy goes after the biggest guy on the opposite team and goes at him. Shockers do not have another guy on this roster that does that. So if you lose the heart and soul of your defense, that means Ramsey has to be more vocal. Ramsey has to be more of a leader. And now your 12.6 defense, I see the defense giving up more points because you lost your main defensive guy. So we're going to have to see how that turns out.
On a team like Primetime that you actually show that there's a light at the end of the tunnel against this team because they were able to play against you and see your weaknesses and show that their C team is able to hold this team to 14 points.
Exactly.
And now their B team, all they have to do is, show at least a semblance of that, and they're able to hold this team as well. So if they're able to learn from the mistakes or the things that happen in this game, I believe that the Shockers are in very big trouble. Because not only do they have to worry about Blackout, but they have to worry about a team that they already just faced that was able to hold them to 14 points.
Yeah.
Which is actually less than what Blackout was able to score. So Blackout couldn't even hold them to 14 points when they faced them.
Nah, that's a good point.
So this, again, I get what you're saying about it being a good loss. I get it. But this should have been a win, in my opinion.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
the
I agree. We
frustrating
can
thing.
agree to that.
I think
Primetime
that
should have had a
a
walk-off
win is better than a good loss any day.
I don't agree with that. And I'm a coach.
Okay.
And I don't agree with that because Tiki loves bulletin board material.
Okay.
And this loss, his team is going to build on because it shows they can keep up with
So
the beat.
so you would rather them lose this game and learn from it than actually win the game.
Absolutely.
I don't get that logic. I think that you've shown that you're able to beat them.
You lost your game. Same thing that Shockers did
Okay.
versus Blackout. They lost because they dropped the 2-point conversion. You'll take that type of loss.
Okay, no.
You want to win the game.
Yes.
But Primetime lost this game because on the last play of the game, Creep missed
Okay.
an open guy.
Don't miss.
Creep limited
All right.
his field
Listen,
options.
I get what you're saying, but don't misconstrue my words. I'm not saying that, because they lost, that's all, that's the end all be all, and that's it. No, they have a lot to gain from this loss, yes. But me personally, I think that the win would have been more of an impact for Primetime against this Shockers team than the loss itself.
I disagree. I think this
Well,
loss,
then we agree
I
to
think,
disagree
I think
then.
this loss is going to turn Primetime's whole season around because you held the number 1 offense, the number 2 offense in the B division to 14 points. And you're going to take that, and you know it's not a fluke.
They're gonna take
you
it
had the
anyway,
game in
yes.
there. You want to win the game. But if you're going to lose it, this is how I take the loss. We're going to wrap this game up. 14-12, Shockers come away with the win, but it could be an internal loss with that Damo injury. We're going to see what happens. We see our guys on the side.
Blackout, TJ from Blackout. One thing I remember about my man Rocky, he was on Blackout. He played one game with us. His team was looking at him and was like, "Yo, you Blackout?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm Blackout, riding for my bro Black." So I'm like, "Yeah, what you talking about?" On the throw, B19 threw the ball off. Rocky was like, "Yo, go one side, go other side." Both came by, smashed the dude together. Dude was like, "Nah, I'm not messing with y'all." And he left the park just like that. I was like, "Yeah, that's my man Rock though." R.I.P. Rock, baby.
All right, thanks for coming back. Real Tough Talk, Stephen J. Ghost. Next game we're going to jump right into is the New Breed versus Suicide Squad. Now, New Breed has not had the season that they have expected to have. You know, right now they're coming in 1-3-1. So, you know, they're not really, you know, to the level that everybody thought they would be. But Sarge got hurt. You know, so that was the main cog. They didn't have guys all here this season, early in the season. So they're just playing the motions. But at the end of the day, they have a quarterback, Eli, that I think is capable of making this team dangerous in the playoffs. I think it all comes down to the playoffs. You know, this team did have one big win versus Young and Reckless. So that's a win that they can stick to and they can hold on to. As right now, they're 1-1, but that was a big win over a decent team. So, you know, Sarge is getting into the coaching thing. He's coaching before. He coached before. I believe he coached the Bullies before. So he has some experience. You know, he coached kids before. So he has a coaching helmet that he can always go with. But at the end of the day, you know, I think they need to focus on the playoffs, forget the regular season. They're not going to finish in the top 5. They're going to end up playing one of these top teams, and I think they should focus on getting their style together before they can have an opportunity to upset one of these teams.
The thing about this team that worries me moving forward is, and I think that's kind of the reasons why they weren't able to put away certain games, because many of their games were close, but they couldn't get over the hump and finish strong. And one of the things is the fact that they are third best in defense, only giving up about 15 points a game, says that there's things that they're doing right on this team. The fact that they don't score a lot of points, and it's not because they don't have any players that can score. And with Eli quarterback, I think that he's capable of putting up points. It's just that they don't have no downfield threat that can stretch the field. In all honesty,
they got one. I think Darryl is a downfield target.
He's not a downfield target as much as he is a person who goes up and gets the ball. That's not the same as a person who can beat defenders downfield.
So he can't stretch the field. He's not a guy that stretches the field.
That's what I'm saying. So he is not going to beat guys off the line down the field for a quick touchdown. He's not one of those receivers. He's a guy who has the height, he has the size, who can jump over guys. And that's not necessarily stretching the field as much as you need them to.
But New Breed is a running team.
Yes. So that's their advantage, but you have to have an offense that can score at least in all angles, or at least to have the defense stuck on their toes. Most defenses, yes, they know that they run. They're a hard team to stop when they're on the ground, but they know that they're not going downfield much, so they can keep their defense up and try to guard them close. If you had somebody that could stretch the field, that will have the safeties have to respect that and guard further back. That leaves the gaps open. So these are options that the New Breed team doesn't have as much as other teams have, and I think that's kind of why it stagnates their offense just as much, just a little bit.
And Suicide Squad is coming in from the C division in this interleague game, B versus C. And they're coming off of a huge win over Brotherhood. Now remember, Brotherhood was one of the top teams in the C division. They actually lead the league in scoring, averaging 24 a game. But Suicide Squad was able to hold them to 19. So Suicide Squad, they scoring 17 points a game. That's pretty decent. And they're giving up 15. So they're in the middle of pack in both sides. But they're coming in also at 3-2. So definitely a team that can make noise in this division. Hecko's like Eli Manning.
Yeah.
He can win you a game or he can lose you a game.
That's
Eli Manning
more like
Eli
an
Manning
insult at this current
position. What I'm talking
yes,
about in his career. Eli Manning is won 2 Super Bowls.
Yes.
So, Hecko, it's all about his facial expression. He's not a guy that's going to sit down and rally up the troops as a leader. That's not what he does. He just want to get out here and throw. He is their quarterback. He's not their best player. So I still think you can win with that. Like I said, he scored 29 points the last game they played versus Brotherhood, a defense that only gives up 14. 15. So you got to say he's well more than capable. And he has weapons. He has Rico. He has Dev. He has Boy. He has guys that can make some plays for this team. So at the end of the day, I think this team, they just got to stick together. He has to limit his turnovers, and I think they're a formidable team.
Now, just running it back in the beginning, you said it's about his facial expression.
Right.
So I'm thinking, what is that facial expression you're talking about? Is it an anger expression? Is it a plain expression, like he has no emotion? Like, I don't know what you was trying.
You know what it is?
Okay.
When you are the quarterback, the troops are following you. If you throw an interception, if you make a mistake, and your reaction isn't, damn, I know I could do better.
Okay,
then the troops
now
know,
I get it.
The soldiers know to believe in the general. But
Yes.
when you look like, I don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
When you're the one that threw the
Okay.
ball, when you look like, I didn't know we needed a first down. When you're the quarterback, then the troops are not going to feel confident. And what happens? It's every man for himself, which at times you see this team goes through. So that's why I said his facial expressions kind of show the basics of his game.
And there's a reason why I'm smiling throughout, because now the analogy, what you're saying, it makes sense. But the way you kind of reached that conclusion, I was like, you're the only person that finds the most far-reaching ways to make an analogy. It makes sense in the end, but facial expression was not how I would begin that analogy.
Right.
But it makes sense. And you're the only person that tries your best to pull that off. I don't even know how you do it, but it does make sense at the end of the day. That's a good explanation, but it's just your...
That's why Fox 1. Well, that's why Fox 1 or ESPN or even, what is it?
Public access?
Yeah, public access. One of them need to sign me. Somebody needs to sign
Well,
me.
I don't think public access signs much
Hey,
people, because it's public access.
Cartoon Network, whatever it takes, I need a contract because I am original, except my name. That's not original.
We're going to get into the game, but you belong in Cartoon Network because I told you we're animated. There you go.
All right, we're going to jump right into the game. After getting the first down, Eli throws an AK in the gap, who runs on the sideline for a decent gain. Third down, Eli throws again to AK in the gap, getting to the 10-yard line. Fourth down, Eli throws a Darryl in the end zone, guarded by Rico. Darryl tips it, but the pass is dropped. Turnover on downs, ending the drive. You're going to see Newbury here arguing, and that is not a good first drive. The problem with Darryl is certain catches he should make, he doesn't. This is one I think he should have had. He definitely has the size over Rico, but he doesn't come down with it, and that's a big stop.
And you hear some people on the field talking about that he should have went up with two hands. He was trying to showboat. But, you know, we've seen Darryl make that catch before, but at a moment like this, you don't take no chances. You go up with both hands. We've seen Darryl catch the ball over many people this season, but this is one opportunity that they didn't need to miss early in the game.
Third down after a few short passes, Heck throws deep to V-Dot. Wide open in the end zone for the touchdown. 6-0. If you look here, Mara and Darryl point him out, but nobody picks him up. So it's like, you get him. No, you get him. No, you get him. I guess none of us get him, and it's 6 points.
And the fact that they left him wide open in the end zone shows that they already have communication problems. The way their offense played is leading into how they communicate on defense. Now they're attacking each other. Now they're not talking to each other properly. Now they're not communicating. They're not on the same page. They talk properly, somebody's picking V-Dot up. Because they didn't, he's left wide open. That's an embarrassing way to leave open a touchdown.
After getting the first down, Eli on 5 rushes, sacked by Rich. Nobody's open. Rich may be not the most stable guy in the game, but that guy will die on the field for his guys. That is a huge sack by Rich. He's going to always give you effort. Big sack there. Third down, Eli throws deep in the end zone. High, incomplete. Newbury has to punt. Second stop of the day. That Suicide was able to come up
and
with.
I kind of disagree with you in the way you are now. Your framing of him being unstable, Rich or whatever. He is one person that's one of the fire of their team. Yes. So, again, that whole unstable part, that's kind of what works for him. It kind of works for his team because the way he comes out chasing the quarterback, he's one person that I've seen consistently get sacks on 5 rushes, which is not easy. And that's something that Rich, you give it to him, he's always able to find ways to put pressure on the quarterback. And I think because he's always out there chasing the quarterback around, that's one of the reasons why they have stops the way that they have in this game.
Hecko throws to Josh on the sideline for a decent gain. Third down. Hecko's going to make a pass, open in the gap for a decent gain, getting them near the 48-yard line. Moving the ball. Fourth down. Hecko throws a G in the gap. Pass is blocked by Relly. Turnover on downs. Relly's been making plays like that this season. Getting his hand in once in a while, knocking plays down. He's a physical ball giver, but this is the stuff that we talk about with Hecko. You can't get the first down, blood, and not throw that from Shaq. Remember, this is all about Rokkstarr. So just say, don't give shout outs to all those guys there. But you gotta be able to get a first down. And this is the issue that I have with Hecko. Inconsistency always kills him. That's a big stop.
And the thing about that is again, Rel, like you said, is a person that is able to put his hands up, knock the ball down. So you got to be aware of that if you're Hecko, and know that these receivers, just because he's crossing in front of you, doesn't mean that Relly's not going to knock the pass down. Because he's not paying attention to that. Relly gets a knockdown, it's called a turnover.
After 2 short runs, Eli on third down with the screen pass to Speedy on the sideline, who runs it to the 5-yard line. If BQFL had an all-star team, Speedy will definitely be on it. This guy, I don't know if he found a fault in youth. We're used to this guy's usually being hurt. He's showing what he can do offensively. Not a guy that's going to really go down to a catch pass. Not a guy that you're going to have running 15 and out. No. But you get him the ball out the backfield. You get him some blockers. And with his speed, he's faster than I thought he was. I know the name was Speedy. But you know, it's like when they call a small guy tiny, a big guy tiny. Something like that. This guy Speedy can move. Great rank game there, getting him to the 5-yard line. 4th and goal. Eli throws him mellow, cutting in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. Relly gets the extra point. 7-6. If you look here, with contact from Rico, the pass is still caught for the touchdown. Rico can't believe the ball crossed the end zone. What do you think of the play?
He argued that the ball did not cross the plane, but if you look at this play, again, it's not necessarily easy for me to see because I'm behind the quarterback. But if you look, the ball does cross as Melo catches the ball. He pulls it in. The ref says that when he caught it and pulled the ball in, it crossed the plane, and that led to the touchdown. That's why the verdict is the touchdown.
After getting the first down, Heckel throws to Josh on the sideline for a decent game. Second down, Heckel finds Josh in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Robert gave him way too much space. Dev gets a 2-point conversion. 14-7, Suicide Squad, 13 seconds left. And Robert can't do that. He gave him way too much space, and that's definitely what helped him get the touchdown.
And the thing about that is Rara obviously is not one of the fastest guys on the field, so when you give him too much space, you're not allowed to close that gap as the pass goes to those receivers. So you got to play them as close as possible. You don't have to play all up on them, but you can't get yourself too far where you can't react in time to respond when the receiver's left open.
Remember, it's 13 seconds left. On the return, Speedy with nice blocks runs all the way to the 5-yard line with 3 seconds left, giving them one more play. Speedy, BQFL, you need an all-star game because I want to see Speedy on. This guy has been one of the most consistent players on this new breed offensive attack. As limited as it can be sometimes, he's always a guy that makes the plays similar to a Christian McCaffrey of Minnesota. That is Speedy, except Speedy's black. Just throwing that out there in case y'all didn't notice.
Yeah, but don't forget that on a play like this, you have a lot of big bodies out there that can block. So obviously a person like Speedy is going to be able to find gaps as long as you have guys like this us blocking. They are probably one of the best ground teams in the game right now.
Last play before the half, Eli throws it to Darryl, cutting in the end zone, almost picked up by Chino, taking us into the half. If you look here, Speedy open, cutting in the front, and they missed him. 14-7 going into the half.
And this new breed team did a few things good, but they're not completing.
I want you to, okay.
Suicide Squad?
No. Talk about new breed as you're breaking it down. That play, you could say he's forcing it to Darryl when they get in the end zone.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Now, I didn't expect Eli to do the same as what Sarge and what all these other quarterbacks did. Emphasize throwing it to Darryl on almost any given moment. Yes, Darryl's a guy that's very consistent with getting the ball and coming down with it, but the defense knows that, and that's why they're going to keep an eye on him. They're going to pay attention to him, and they're going to read different passes that's thrown to him. If you look on this play, Chino knew that they were going to Darryl. He was trying to jump the pass and try to pick it off. They know where you're looking. So other guys have to be bigger options out there, especially if you look with Speedy open in the middle of the end zone here. You got to look at other options out there because they're reading Darryl. They're looking for him, and that's why you're struggling to get the ball to him. Now, Eli's a capable quarterback, and I'm sure that he is able to get the ball to different guys. But you got to have other guys step up and make plays. Otherwise, Darryl's going to get smothered by the defense, and you're going to struggle furthermore on offense the way you are right now.
Suicide Squad looks good. They had the ball 3 times. They scored twice. That's the quarterback. That's the guy sitting behind the wheel. Heckel that we need. Limit his turnovers. He did get stopped. He did. But that's because he made it throw the G in the gap and it got blocked by Relly. Or say would have got the first down. So if Heckel can stay consistent like this, then this is the quarterback we need. It's all we need him to do. Defensively, Eli cannot get the ball up to Darryl the way Sarge does. Sarge knows exactly where, how, and when to put it up to him. Eli's still learning how to do that. So, as long as we shut that down, we'll be okay. Speedy's another weapon. But as long as we give Speedy only short games, we don't let him get yardage after the catch or yardage after the run, that is the key to stopping Speedy. We cannot let him get momentum and let these blockers pick up because then they get more yards. If we can minimize his damage, we'll be fine. We're going to jump into the second half. Second down, during the free play, Heckel throws a ball on the sideline. Boy can't maintain the possession, but the reason he can't, Darryl comes and unloads on him, and like our man Dragov always say,
He dies.
Yes, for Mother Russia. If he dies, he dies.
He's actually from Ukraine, but you know, I accept that.
From mother to Ukraine. If he
They
dies,
don't say-
he dies. But
Yeah, that's fine.
boy has to make this catch. Boy talks a lot. Boy has that type of swagger. These are the plays that make you great. Not catching it by yourself, not beating the guy in-out route. Making these catches is what makes you great, and he comes up short with that huge drop. After getting the first down from a flag, Heckel throws a Dev in the gap, who shakes 2 defenders for a decent game. Second down, Heckel throws a Josh on the sideline, getting him to the 5-yard line. 4th and goal. Heckel will block it from G, throws the ball in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. 20-7. If you look here, Heckel waited for the defender to leave Boy and finds him. That's the Heckel we need. That's the Eli man that won 2 Super Bowls. Great play by him.
The fact that he's able to read the defense and be patient, wait for the defense to step up, knowing that he's scrambling, he's getting blocks. As soon as the defender leaves, he's able to throw it to Boyd. That's smart quarterbacking right there, and that's quarterbacking that can help you win games, and they need to see more of that. Heckel's throwing good right now.
On the return, Speedy runs all the way in the middle to the 20-yard line. Speedy is dangerous. I'm telling you, this is a Christian McCaffrey if y'all didn't know. Watch that dude from Minnesota. Second down, Eli finds Mello cutting in front of the end zone for the touchdown. 20-15, they're back in it. Mello gets the 2-point conversion. If you look here, Eli throws it right past Rico for the touchdown.
Mello stepped up in the last times, in the last 2 drives they were able to score. Mello steps up and makes some big plays. It can't always be Darryl. I'm sure Eli realized that, but now you see that Mello stepping up because he knows that it's not all about Darryl. He can make some plays too, and he gets in the end zone yet again in this game.
Heckel gets the ball back to Suicide Squad with 2 passes for a nice gain, getting him to the 1-yard line. If you look here, nobody's playing too wide on this zone, and they're giving a guy who's good at attacking zone coverage. 3rd and goal, Heckel throws a Dev in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Dev with a great one-hand catch. 26-15, suicide.
The crazy thing about this is if you look at the whole play, Dev grabs it, snags it with one hand in the middle of the end zone. He doesn't celebrate. He doesn't, he's not hyped. He's ready to argue with Heckel about how he threw the ball because he had to put extra effort into snagging that ball. Not the fact that he made a great catch. It's like, why are you throwing the ball like that? That's just Dev, and I laughed
when
when
I'm
I
talking
saw
about that
the
anger.
But listen,
The quarterback still got the ball there. As it may not have been perfect, but he got the ball to make a play.
And we're going to disagree on this to the end of time. I like the fact that he is playing like this because he is trying to keep his quarterback in line because you're not going to always make plays like that. So he's trying to say, you know what, relax your throw. I'm there. Just make it easier for yourself. So there you go. Dev makes a great catch, but he's still not happy with how the execution is. I like a person that's not always satisfied, wants to do better, but he's playing great out there.
Newbury gets the ball back. They're going to go 4 and out. Eli with 3 short passes getting him to the 3-yard line. 4th and goal. Eli, 5 rush, is sacked by Rich to end the game. If you look here, Rich with a great spin move, getting past Speedy for the sack to end the game. Suicide Squad with the win, 26-15.
This is yet another great play by Rich. You talks about that he's crazy. He's crazy about sacking the quarterback.
Right.
That's the way that you spin off the quarterback, the blocker, and get the sack. Eli and Speedy have to communicate better on plays like this. This is the second time that this happened, this time to end the game. They didn't even have a chance to throw the ball to try to get a chance to score. So this was just them not being able to communicate and be on the same page throughout the game. It showed from the very beginning, and at the end, that shows that they weren't really on the same page. Melo stepped up in the middle, but I think that it wasn't enough for them to seal a deal. They got to get on the same page if they want to get through, especially in the playoffs. This is not a good look for them right now.
You know, I got to get ready.
Yeah.
Heckel played great. Got to give the guys props. The guy had the ball 5 times and scored 4. Now, can he keep this up? Well, they scored 26 points and they average usually 17. 18 points average. It's possible. But at the end of the day, I think, you know what's the key that I think? He scored on his first possession. That got his guys on his side. Because I've seen these guys go against him when he make a mistake. So, I think they have a talented team. I mean, you can't say they're not. They're 4-2 now. They beat Brotherhood early in the season, who's a good team also. This is a very good team.
You
But
might as well say that they're over the hump at
yeah,
this point.
they have to consistently play like this. They have to know that Heckle's not going to play perfect. He's going to make mistakes. But at the end of the day, you got to have faith in him so he can have some faith in himself. Their defense, 15 points. I'm not going to bake a cake. Why? Because their average, they usually give up 15.6. So if you average it, they usually give up 16 points. If you do round it off, they give up 15. That's their average. That's who they are. They're going to give up at least 2 touchdowns a game. So they just have to not give teams too many opportunities. And they didn't do. They stopped New Breed. Now, New Breed is not a great scoring offense. So, New Breed is not a high scoring offense. They usually score 15 points a game. So they got the average, and Suicide Squad got their average.
The game.
The offense played great.
Yes.
Can Heckel keep this up? I don't know.
That's the problem.
So, it's possible, but it's the keys is confidence. The guys got to believe in him even when he makes some mistakes to know that he can score. That's their quarterback. They have to continue to have faith in him because if you do, you have some playmakers that he can get the ball to. And this team has a potential to win a championship here in the C division. They just beat a B team. So they show that it's capable that they can give anybody a run for their money. We're going to wrap this game up. Suicide Squad with a win over New Breed, 26-15. We'll be right back.